Hey YouTube, CountryBoyPrepper here. This is my wife Miriam, and today we're going to do a quick video and show y'all what we've been doing with our laundry detergent and how we've been saving a lot of money making our own laundry detergent. And this laundry detergent works great. We've been using it for a while now. It gets rid of blood stains, dry blood, pee smell. This is not like a sacrifice to use this stuff. This stuff really works great, and I have no complaints using it whatsoever. And one great thing about it is that you use less of it per load. So if you want to stockpile a lot of it, say a year's supply or whatever, it's going to take up a lot less space than it would if you were stockpiling, say, your store-bought detergent. You use a whole lot less of this, so you can store more of it with less space. Another great benefit of it is it costs about a third of what you would spend for comparable store-bought stuff, and it works just as good, trust me. I did some numbers here. The Tide powder detergent per load costs about 18 cents per load, and the stuff that we make and use costs 6.9 cents per load. So it's approximately a third. The difference in that over the course of a year is roughly $60 to $65, somewhere in there, depending on how many loads we do. And that's just the detergent. The fabric softener, which we're also going to show how we make, the Downy fabric softener is approximately 6.7 cents per load. The homemade stuff that we make that works just as great is about 2.5 cents per load. So it's also approximately a third of the price. And that's a savings over the course of a year of, let's see, roughly $20 to $25, depending on how many loads we use. So, over the course of a year, we're saving roughly $80 a year doing this, and we have to do it, maybe twice a year. We could do it all at one time, and get it all done in about an hour. The way I look at it is for about an hour's worth of effort, we're saving about $80. And to me, the stuff works just as good. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. And it takes up less space, so you can stockpile it easier. So anyway, I'm going to step behind the camera real quick and let my wife show y'all how we go about making this.
Okay, we're going to need a box. I think it is 3 pounds of washing soda, which you can find in the laundry aisle at any grocery store.
Okay.
4 pounds of baking soda.
Alright.
I like to use 2 bars of the laundry soap. Some people use 1. I like to use 2.
Okay.
And there's naphtha, and there's Zote. If you use Zote, you only need 1 bar, because they're a lot thicker.
Okay.
And 4 pounds of Borax.
Okay.
2 pounds of Oxy Clean, or something that's compatible with, the same thing as Oxy Clean.
Alright.
And if you want it to smell better, you can add some Purex crystals. And
that's not required. You don't have to put the scent in. That's purely for adding scent, right?
Yes, and if you want to cut down on your cost,
okay,
you can, cut this off. This is about $4.38.
Okay.
So that will cut down the price also.
So that's just an extra thing. And also, you want to have some mask when you're doing this, some dust mask. We have some here, and because you're going to be mixing all those powders, and you don't really want to be breathing all that stuff.
Especially the Borax and the washing soda.
Right.
Those ones will.
And you'll need a container to mix it in.
Yes, a big one.
Yeah, and also we'll store it in a 5-gallon bucket when we get done, right?
Yes, and you're going to need to grate your soap, so make sure you have a bowl, and your cheese grater works fine. And then when you get done, just put it in the dishwasher. So.
Okay. All right.
The residue in there.
Alright, so let's get started doing this. So what's the first thing you do?
You want to put your mask on.
Alright. So you're going to grate up those 2 bars of soap?
Yes. And I like to do it on the fine setting, the small setting, because this is more of a powder consistency. If you do it on this, it's more like flakes. So.
Alright. Alright, we've gotten the 2 bars of detergent soap. Is that what it's called?
Laundry soap.
Laundry soap. We've got those grated up in that bowl there. And there is another type that you used before. What was it called?
It's called Zote.
Okay, we'll put the ingredients to this in the description below, and all the quantities and measurements and everything too. The recipe we'll put in the description below. So
you can also use ivory soap.
Oh, okay. All right. So what do we do next?
Next, you just start mixing. I like to do a little bit of each at a time, so it cuts down on me having to work so hard on mixing it because it gets to be real thick.
So how many pounds of that?
You're going to use the whole box, which is 3 pounds.
3 pounds of super washing soda.
Yes.
Arm & Hammer.
Let's do a layer of that. And let's do a layer of Oxy Clean. I bought a 6-pound bucket, so I had to measure 2 pounds separately.
Okay.
But you can find the pound containers at the Dollar Tree in different places. That's just what they had when I went and bought it.
So 2 pounds of Oxy Clean.
Yes. And then Borax, it comes in a 4-pound box, and you're going to use the whole box as well.
Alright, so 4 pounds of 20 Mule Team Borax. And you can see the dust from that is kind of kicking up. That's why you want to wear the mask, because you don't want to breathe that stuff.
Your throat will be well for 2 days.
Yeah.
And baking soda, I just bought the big box. It's 4 pounds, but you can buy, separate 1-pound boxes if that's cheaper.
Alright. So how many pounds was that total that's going to go in this batch?
Of baking soda is 4.
4 pounds of baking soda. So you're just mixing that in as you go. That stuff looks like grated cheese or something.
Yes, the Zote grates more to a powder consistency.
Yeah, it sounds like the Zote is probably a better bet because it grates down into more of a powder. But this stuff should work fine as well.
The store did not have any Zote when I went, and the Zote is a lot harder to grate, and it does grate to a fine powder.
Yeah.
For that same reason.
This has more of a cheesy consistency. But basically you just mix all this stuff up and get it all thoroughly mixed and blended together, and that'll be it. You're going to do...
There's the rest of our washing soda. Now Oxy Clean and Borax.
And you could actually mix this in your 5-gallon bucket that you're going to store it in if you really wanted to. It's just a little easier to stir it in this container, and we thought it might show it better for the video.
It's wider, so.
Yeah. And how much of those crystal things did you put?
A full container.
How much was in a container?
It's a small container. There's a bigger one. I just bought the small one. It's 28 ounces.
So 28 ounces.
Or 32 loads.
This is actually the first time we've actually put the scent crystals in. So I'll annotate it if there's any issues we have with it, but hopefully that'll work out good. We've been fine with just the regular unscented for the past several months.
A year.
A year, actually, yeah. Haven't missed it at all. But we thought we would try this for the video.
No, you want it smelly on your clothes.
So how many loads do you get out of a batch of this?
I do 10 loads a week, pretty consistently, and it will last me 6 months. So 310? No, 26.
Half a year would be 26 weeks. So around 260 would be about half a year. Let me zoom in or move the camera a little bit and get a little bit better view of what this is looking like.
And you want to get everything mixed real good.
Yeah.
Because what you use per load is a very small amount, so you don't want to get all just washing soda in there when you wash your clothes. You want
right. You want to spend a little bit of time really getting this stuff thoroughly mixed together.
And I can still smell it through this mask. So
yeah, I can
really
smell
strong.
it too.
And it will take out dry blood like on the first try. Grease.
You don't have to use any of those
Nothing.
sprays or anything?
Nope. And piecemeal. When my son has an accident in the middle of the night and then in the morning it's all dried up. We don't have to pre-treat it or anything. It just takes the smell out.
Yeah, it works really good.
Cat pee too comes out.
I haven't missed the store-bought detergent at all, honestly, and I'm kind of picky about those things sometimes.
And I have skin allergies, and it has not bothered me. So.
Yeah, the store-bought powder detergent usually gives you problems with skin allergies, and
I get hives everywhere.
Yeah, this stuff hadn't bothered you at all.
No, I mean I wouldn't say it's safe for all kinds of skin allergies, but on my particular kind, it has not bothered me at all. So.
Yeah. So show me how much you use per load.
Per load, I normally use the little measuring spoon that comes in the Oxy Clean, which is about 2 tablespoons. And the original recipe calls for 2 tablespoons. So that's about how much I use per load. A large load.
Okay.
And it still takes out dry blood and piecemeal.
And that's hard to believe that little bit does the job, but it does. I believe that the store-bought stuff
this doesn't have any fillers.
It has a lot of fillers, exactly. Because they're trying to make a profit, and that's how they do it sometimes, is by putting fillers in there and things that aren't even necessary. But this stuff really does do just as good as that and uses a whole lot less.
Okay.
So if you want to store, this right here is a half a year's supply. So double this. That's not even anywhere close to filling up a 5-gallon bucket. You fill up a 5-gallon bucket with this stuff, and there's your year's supply right there. And a year's supply of liquid, store-bought, or even powdered store-bought would take up a lot more space than that, I suspect.
Okay. And
that's it?
That's it. You want to look at it?
There you go. So now we would just dump that in our 5-gallon bucket and put a lid on it, and we'd be done with that.
And if you want to have a smaller container next to your washing machine, you don't want the 5-gallon bucket, you can actually store it on your crystal container, and then just refill this as you go.
Yep.
I've also have used an ice cream bucket before.
Yep.
So that's it.
All right. Well, we'll move into the kitchen and show how we cook up the fabric softener next. Y'all stay tuned.
And to make the fabric softener, all you need is 6 cups of water, 2 cups of conditioner. You need just a standard conditioner, not one that's for volume or color treated hair, just a standard. I like to use the Swab. It's $1.
And that's a hair conditioner?
It's a hair conditioner.
And we're going to make fabric softener out of that?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
And you get to pick whatever scent you want. So, I like a waterfall mist to just bring it. And 6 cups of white vinegar. And that's it.
Alright, so what do we do first?
So you start by heating up your water. I already measured 6 cups of water right here. So. And you're going to wait till that gets really hot. It doesn't have to be boiling, you just want it to be really hot because you need to basically melt or dissolve the conditioner in the hot water.
Alright, so you want to get your water good and hot first?
Yes.
Alright, well we'll wait on that to get hot and we'll come back in just a minute. Alright, we got our water good and hot. What's the next step?
Now you just squeeze the bottle of conditioner into the hot water.
Let's see if I can move in a little bit closer and get this better. this is just some cheap conditioner you got, Suave.
Suave, and it's the 15-ounce container. It's not even, you know, I'm an ounce off from being 2 cups, but yeah, that's all you need. Okay. Now you start to dissolve all of the conditioner in the water. And if your water is, you know, hot enough, that shouldn't take too long at all. This one's already dissolved. And the next step is you pour 6 cups of white vinegar into it.
So basically it's 6 cups of white vinegar. How much water?
6 cups of water.
6 cups of hot water and 2 cups
of hair conditioner.
Hair conditioner.
And that's it.
Heat it up and stir it up, and that is it.
That is it. And also you need about 2 to 3 tablespoons per load.
So 2 to 3 tablespoons per load with this.
Yes.
And this works great just like regular fabric softener?
Yes, and it also, the vinegar is a laundry booster. It helps take, you know, the hardness out of your water. It balances the pH in your water, so it also helps with
Vinegar is a great thing. If you don't know all the great uses for vinegar, there's tons of great things you can do around the house with vinegar. It's a great thing to prep and stock up on.
Is
just vinegar. Yeah, it's cheap. And there's just 1,000,001 things you can do with it that are just fantastic. So that was really simple. That's it.
Yeah.
And this will last you about how long?
This one only lasts me about 3 months. I mean,
okay.
Sometimes I go a little happy and I add more than I need to with it. But especially with your towels when they're fluffy. But this lasts me about 3 months. But it literally takes, you know, less than 5 minutes to mix it out. So it's not a problem. And most of the time, my daughters fight over who gets to mix it. So I don't even have to do it myself. So that's it.
Well, all right. And
just let it cool and then, you know, pour it into a bottle.
Like I said, basically this saves us approximately $80 a year doing this, and we don't miss the store-bought stuff at all. This stuff works just as good, if not better, and it's not difficult to do at all. I mean, and it's easier to prep because it takes up a lot less space. So it's got a lot of great benefits. So anyway, I hope this was informative and educational for y'all, and I hope y'all will give this a try. And there's actually some other recipes for doing like liquid detergent that I've seen on YouTube as well, if you want to search those out. If you prefer liquid over powder, we prefer the powder, obviously. So
also, if you're going to use the detergent for prepping and you're going to store it for prepping, go ahead and mix it and put it in a plastic container. If you leave it in the boxes, moisture will get in there and then it will be a rock and it will be really hard to go ahead and, you know,
right, you're talking about like the raw ingredients that we mix together.
Go ahead and just
those cardboard boxes that they come packaged in can easily get contaminated or compromised with moisture, and once that happens, you don't want your powder detergent getting any moisture in it whatsoever. So you want to make sure you store it well in a good container. We use those 5-gallon buckets with the lids with the rubber seals on them. So. Or
even an ice cream bucket keeps it good.
Yeah, we've done that too. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching, and y'all let us know what you think. We'll talk to you later.